What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. You made it. Welcome back to the Friday Live with Lauren show. I am so excited for the show today. I know every week I tell you I have like the most amazing guests coming on, but every week I really do mean it. And every time I see my next guest, I'm like, oh my God, the show's going to be even better. So today, let me just tell you, I have the phenomenal, the amazing Miss Lyndsay Dowd with me today. What's up?
Hey, girl. So
Hi.
happy to be with you. This is exciting.
I am so excited to be here with you today. We are live in San Francisco at the Betterleap Headquarters. Y'all, what's up? Somebody give Betterleap some love for me. I am so excited to be out here doing some content with them. Last night was the Women in Tech and Recruiting Happy Hour event. It was amazing. I think we had like 50 women show up. Lyndsay, when was the last time you went to an event with 50 women?
Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I need one of those soon.
It was incredible. I had so much fun. I'm so excited to be out here. Y'all, you know the deal. If you're here, please share the show. LinkedIn doesn't always tell everybody that we're live, and comment where you're joining us from. I'm in San Francisco. Where are you, Lyndsay?
I'm in Boston, so we've got West Coast and East Coast all at the same time.
There we go. I know at least somebody's on my 3:00 time zone. I was like, what's going on? It's noon. This feels weird. So let us know where you're joining from. Share the show. Y'all, we have some awesome topics today, but I can't start without telling you about Sendoso. We have an official gifting sponsor on this show, y'all. Do you want to win something? Do you want to win something special? I'll tell you more about it later, but you guys can start tagging Sendoso to be entered to win this month's grand prize. So tag Sendoso, and then you can also tag Lyndsay. Lyndsay is so amazing. She's going to give away an hour with you to optimize your LinkedIn and really help you out. So tag Lyndsay, tag Sendoso. And with that, I'm going to let Lyndsay take us away and tell us who, it's going to make me big first, who is Lyndsay Dowd?
Oh, so I am a founder, a speaker, a coach, a podcast host, and an author. I founded my company called Heartbeat for Hire, and I speak to leaders and coach companies on building modern leaders and creating irresistible culture that drives results. I have a long 25-year career in corporate America. 23 of them were climbing the ranks of IBM, where I used to run big sales teams. And I made a pivot 2 years ago and started this entrepreneurial journey, and it has been a ride. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, but I'm doing really purpose-driven work that I'm really proud of.
Purpose-driven work is so important, and I love that it's like your day-to-day life now. So many people never get to do something that really fulfills them with that purpose. So
Yeah.
I love that, and I love what you're sharing with everyone. And when I met you, I just knew that you had to come on the show because my audience needs to learn from you too. What's up, Tom? Arwen's here. We got Amy in the house. Hi, Amy.
Love it.
Melissa, what's up, Melissa? I meet with Melissa next week. Happy Friday, Michelle. Y'all, Michelle comes on and does High Five Friday. We're going to feature some people today on the show live at the half. Let's go, Tom Slocum. Good to see you. What's up, Mom? Hi, Mom, and Joyce and Cheryl. Great to see you. That's my kid in that picture with her. Tom, what's up, Tom? Hi from Boston. We got some people in Dunellen, Florida. Look that up. That's in the middle of nowhere. Bay Area, but from Boston. I am in San Francisco right now, out in San Francisco. What's up, Andrew? We should have met while we were here. Dale is in Tampa. Okay, so we got some people everywhere. Charlottesville. Liz, if you're in Women of the Channel, great virtual in-person event. Cool. Please share all of your events and stuff in the comments, y'all. We want you to meet each other, meet in real life. It's so amazing. I'm going to get to meet Lyndsay in Chicago in April, so I'm super excited for that. Okay, we have a question. Are you an author or a writer?
I am an author. This is my book, Top Down Culture. So I'm featured in a lot of different articles, but so I guess I'm a writer, but we'll go with author first.
There we go. Hey, Andrew and Lyndsay. We have Canada in the house. Minneapolis is here. We got people just saying hi. We got Orlando in the house.
Hey,
Okay, okay.
love it.
Joy is here. Joy's in LA. It never likes to show me Joy's picture, but
I
what's up,
know.
Joy and Melissa? Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to jump right into it because we've already been live for 6 minutes and we haven't even started talking yet.
Let's do it.
All right. So, first topic of the day. I'm super excited about this. And remember, we're talking to people who are employed, but we're also going to talk to our job seekers today. So, there's going to be a little something for everyone. First topic that we're going to cover is power skills. Lyndsay, you got these. Let's talk to the people about how they level up and where they get these power skills from.
Yeah. So first, if you are listening to this show, wherever you are, we are retiring the phrase soft skills. It diminishes what they are and their importance. They are power skills. This is what makes modern leaders. And they are authenticity, vulnerability, delegation. Yes, that's a power skill, and we can talk about that. But there are so many things, and really what they are is human skills. The best leaders are human. And when you think about being a leader, lead people the way you want to be led. It's kind of, you learn that as a kid, treat others the way you want to be treated. It's the same thing with leadership. And people overcomplicate leadership. They really kind of focus on the quotas and the pace and the demands. All of those things don't go away. But when you lead with your heart and you're always leaning back on that, you're going to deliver the messages in the way you need to. Your people will be inspired. They will reach and stretch and do things they never thought they could before because you're giving them the space to do the jobs they were hired for. Power skills are the best. And we could do the entire talk on this, but it is such an important thing to focus on as a leader.
It really is. And like you said, a lot of the times leadership is overcomplicated, right? Y'all, it's actually not that, I don't want to say it's not that hard because it is hard, but it's not that complicated if you break it down to basics, in my opinion, right, Lyndsay? So let's talk to people about like some basic things that are really power skills.
Yeah. So the first thing I say to any leader, whether you're a new leader or a seasoned leader, is you need to be making time for your people beyond your regular one-on-one business calls. So if you have forecast calls or you have check-in calls, whatever they are, you ought to have separate time to get to know them. And this is the time where you are going to build trust. You're going to find out who's their partner. Do they have children? Do they have dogs, cats, birds, whatever? What do they like to eat? Do they like to travel? And here's a real important one. What are you really good at? And what do you want to get better at? And this is important because what you're doing when you're understanding all of these things, and so help me God, if you're not writing these things down, shame on you. Or better yet, put them in your phone. So when they call, you can be like, oh, hey, how's Fred? If you don't remember, it's hard to keep track. You're human, but keep track. It's important because it really helps you build that rapport. It helps you build trust. And when you build trust, that's when the good stuff happens. So let me tell a little story. So I had an amazing boss, and she was a new boss to me, but she was a friend. I had known her for a long time, and I was managing one account. This is when I was an individual contributor, but I had a team of 50 some odd people. I had a $150 million quota, a lot of pressure. And this account had strings attached all over. We were each other's clients, we were each other's partners, and we were competitors. So I had to come up with, what is our game plan? I'm the quarterback. What is our game plan for how we're going to approach this customer? How are we going to crush our numbers this year? And so I wrote out my strategy and I'm presenting it to my boss and I'm going into the details, and she stops me and she says, girl, I've got your back. Now fly. And those words gave me goosebumps then, they give me goosebumps now. But what that told me was, if I fail, she's got my back. So I took those words and I turned around to my team and I'm like, you guys, we have an opportunity. We have a boss who believes in us. What haven't we tried? Who haven't we talked to? What haven't we done? And everybody started coming to the table with really cool ideas. And oh, by the way, they had choices. They could go work on any other account. I needed them to work on mine. So I wanted my environment to be fun. I wanted to give them entree and intros wherever I could. but those words gave us fuel to go and do incredible things. And we closed a deal that was over $20 million. It completely changed the way our accounts worked, but it was all from that moment of belief that she had in me. And as a leader, you're modeling the behavior that your team is going to have. So if you are the kind of leader who's tearing your hair out and jumping up on tables and belittling people and making them feel small, don't be surprised when they're doing the exact same thing. But if you're the kind of leader who says, I've got your back, you're on your way. So think about that. That's really simple. But with those one-on-ones, you have a great opportunity to build some trust. And from that comes psychological safety, which is a whole nother fun topic.
It really is a fun topic, but for the most part, it all comes back to trust.
Yeah. Trust is your currency. Yeah.
And you hired someone to do a role. And this is what I tell people all the time. You hired them for a reason. Get out of your own way.
Love that.
Get out of your own way. Let them do the job that you hired them to do.
Oh, and let's just say micromanagement never inspired anyone. So if you are this person who believes you have to manage every piece of a process of your employees, you are telling them, I don't trust you. You are saying you are not capable of the work that I hired you for. Stop yourself. Ask yourself, are they capable? They probably are. They're probably capable of a lot more than you're giving them credit for. So give them the space to do the jobs they were hired for. You'll be so happy you did.
100%. And sometimes you're just not tapping into the potential. There's so much potential that you can tap into as well. And when people feel trusted and they feel that psychological safety, they're going to do so much more for you and really outperform, in my opinion.
No
So
question. No question.
we got Austin in the house, Texas, Pittsburgh, Georgia,
Love it.
Brooklyn. Look at this. PGH. I don't know what
maybe. Pittsburgh.
Maybe. Sendoso. Yes, tag Sendoso. Look, people, you're just connecting in the comments. Yes. I'm loving this. Power skills. Yes, we love it, Andrew. You can, I think you mean steal it, take it. Keep it simple. KISS. We're not going to talk about the last S on KISS, but keep it simple is great advice. Oh, I love it. Here is an idea. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Y'all, it really is so basic. Yes, whoever you are, everybody connect after the show. We're going to, there we go. If we fixed it, steal that. Send DMs. We got DMs happening. People really connecting. If you have to micromanage, why did I hire you? Exactly. And sometimes leaders really, and I get it, right? It's pressure, it's boardrooms, it's budgets. I get it. But trust your people at the end of the day. Let them do the job that you hired them to do, and sit back when the magic happens.
Yeah, we'll keep going because we got more to talk about. But yes, agreed.
Okay, so we talked about this a little bit, y'all, but we're gonna really get into micromanagement.
Yeah.
Micromanagement. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah. I love this topic because this is the most insecure style of leadership there is. And when you micromanage, we already said it means you don't trust people. Now, I had a micromanager and she wanted me to be a micromanager to my team, and I refused. It didn't end well. Trust me on that. It really didn't. I got fired. But anyway, my point to this is she wanted me in the weeds. She wanted me to know every single detail about every single deal. And I looked at her and I'm like, wait a minute. Why? I'm here to remove obstacles. I'm here to coach my team. I'm here to help them get out of their own way and figure out what else we can do with the client. You don't want me in the weeds. And what are they for? They're fully capable of doing this job. She fundamentally could not understand this. And it obviously didn't work out for us. But there's a very large tech company you're all familiar with. A good friend of mine was an SVP there. And I asked her how it was going. And she goes, you would absolutely hate it here. And I said, why? And she said, because they want me, an SVP with 4 levels of people below her. They wanted her to know details of $50,000 deals. And I'm like, why? It was a CRM company. You have CRM in your bones, in your DNA. Use it. Why do you need your leaders to know these details. It's foolish. It's a waste of time. And it never inspired anyone. It is not ever going to get the best out of your people, ever. You will undermine what they're capable of. You will never understand the skills you have on the bench because you have eliminated all the psychological safety and trust there is. And when you flip it and you do create psychological safety, that is where the magic happens. That's where the collaboration, the innovation, the new best practices all come from. And it all stems from trust. And if you're micromanaging, there ain't a lot of trust.
And the other thing when you're micromanaging, you really do waste people's time. And
Yes.
there's a thing about wasting someone's time. My time is precious to me. I want as much of it back as I can get. And if I feel like you are wasting my time, my level of respect for you just immediately goes down. Immediately.
Agreed.
So
Well,
really,
it reduces your work to just a job, to just a pile of tasks. And it makes your job not a career, just a job. And you want to get in and you want to get out. And that is an unfortunate way to live your career. And your career, I mean, your work is more than 60% of your life, at least for some of us, more than that. So if it's just a crappy, like, I told you to get this done and tell me what you're going to do next. And then what are you going to do? And then what are you going to do? You're just, it's just, no one's going to enjoy it.
not at all. This particular manager wants to take over multiple departments according to how she wants things, not what is best for the company or teams. It's a nightmare. Have you seen this?
Yeah. And there's a real difference in when you're looking at leaders, the ones who share the spotlight. This is another power skill. The ones who leverage recognition and lift others up. Here's a terrible story. My brother, who's a VP of sales, had a great idea. He told his boss about. His boss was the antithesis of power skills. His boss poo-pooed the idea, said, whatever, we'll come back to it. 5 minutes later, they're on their leadership team call and the boss claimed the idea as his own. And my brother watched with his jaw on the floor going, oh my God, I will never trust this man. I can't tell him anything ever again. Now, what you've just done in that situation is take away all opportunity for innovation. You have completely decimated the trust. And you're also doing this to a person who has the sales force, your profit center for your company. What have you done? Like, you really have to think about the repercussions of the things you say, and it's just brutal.
I like this point from Tom. It's true. If you are a poor leader, people pick up my phone calls much, much more often because they have bad bosses. People don't quit their job, they quit their boss, y'all.
That's right. Always.
Case in point, they are forcing me and another coworker out of state to come in for 1 day for a meeting that could be done via Zoom.
Can we talk about that? Like, so I have a good friend, Jody Thompson, and she talks about the autonomy economy, which I love. She's writing a book right now called that. And we're talking about these leaders who absolutely are convinced that you have to come into the office for us to be productive. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are a leader, Lord knows we've all had them, who thinks that the only way to be productive is to be in person. It's just a lie. If you say to your team, what's important to you in this work environment, and someone says to you, I just need flexibility. On Mondays, I take care of my mom and I can't work until noon, but I will work until 8 or whatever. I will always get my work done. You know what? If you give that person that space and that time, that person is going to be loyal to you. They are going to go above and beyond every time because you did something for them. Versus, I just heard about a company doing this. Everybody needs to move near an office. And if you don't move near one of our offices, you will be out of a job. What have you done? What have you done? You have just decimated the company loyalty by saying it's more valuable for me to have butts in seats than to have talent. How backwards is that? So messed up.
Well, and let's also be honest. A lot of companies right now don't want to lay off as many people as they need to lay off. And saying come back to the office is an easy way for them to kind of have an out. Oh, you can't come back to the office. We didn't lay you off. It was your fault.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. No.
Michelle, hi, mom. Hi, mom. Hi, Michelle's mom. We have to say hi to the moms who show up because it's important when your mom supports you. Yes, Steve, they
You
work
know,
twice as hard. It's
right.
really, really true.
Right.
Look, you got everybody just really agreeing with you today. Um,
Good.
Andrew
Good.
says, I was once told that a leader who is humble gains trust and respect. It's
Oh my
so
God.
true.
So
It's so
true.
true.
So true. And you know what? To that point, whenever you have the opportunity, whenever you have the opportunity to lift others up and give them the spotlight, take it. Guys, I told you the example about my brother, but when you flip it and you say, hey, you guys, Lauren had a phenomenal idea. Lauren, take the floor. I want everyone to hear what you said. First of all, Lauren's going to be excited and nervous and seen. And the rest of the team's going to be like, I want to be that person. I want the spotlight. And it creates good competition. It creates moments for people to really stretch and be like, hey, Lyndsay, I have an idea. And I always said, listen, if you come to me with a problem, you can bitch about it all you want if you come with a solution. Don't come and bitch at me and expect something magical to happen. You have to come and be a critical thinker. What would be a way through this? How could we do this together? And guess what? When we have the solution, you get the credit. But guys, when you do this, it makes you look good as a leader. It's not about making, they stole my ideas and oh my God, no one's going to think I'm this smart. They work for you. They're a reflection of you. It's a great thing. So yeah, don't ever think that giving someone the spotlight dulls your shine. It absolutely brightens it.
It brightens it 100%. I used to have a boss who, if I needed to do something for her, they would literally have me turn in the report with her name on it that I created.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either. It was a thing. Anyway, it really does go to the psychological safety at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
All of these things, if you want your employees to one, stick around, be loyal to you, not take calls from recruiters like me, you really do have to make them feel that safe space. And micromanaging people really takes that away in an instant.
And
It's kind of like losing trust.
You know this better than anyone. Your top performers are always looking. They always have one foot out the door. So if you want to breed a culture of mediocrity, keep micromanaging them. You'll keep all those people. Your top performers are out the door.
Out the door. Build the biggest building. Stop tearing everyone else's down. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I would so mess that report. Me too, Amy.
Awesome,
Me
Amy.
too, Amy. All right. Yes, win for them is a win for the organization at the end of the day. Something's going on with my camera, like keeps changing colors. Hi, new camera. What's going on with you? Always fun when we're traveling, right? Okay, y'all, really quick. We're almost to the halfway point. The show's going so quick. I want to remind everybody, you can tag Lyndsay in the comments, hit the @ symbol so you actually like tag her name. But tag Lyndsay. She's going to give away an hour LinkedIn optimization for you if you actually need an hour. But you're probably just going to talk about stuff like this half the time.
No, we take the whole hour. And then it sets it up perfectly for your accountability.
There we go. And then tag Sendoso to enter to win this month's grand prize. So let me tell you guys a little bit about this. Sendoso gives me a budget every month that I get to gift wonderful prizes to you. We've done Sugar Fina candy sets. We've done truffle hot sauce. There's really fun, unique things that we can do with this. And this month, I really wanted to make an impact for you guys. So we're going to pick 2 people today. They're going to be entered into the grand prize drawing at the end of the month. And I'm going to give you my entire budget. So do you want to gift something to someone? Let's do it. Do you want to gift something to yourself? Let's do that. Do you want to gift 20 small things to 20 different people? We can do that. It's really going to be your budget so that you get to understand what it feels like to gift in your job, because gifting really does make a difference. It's helped me secure some deals. It's helped me with some clients at the end of the day when I was trying to get some things to move along, shoving a coffee at somebody and being like, hey, does this caffeine help us like a little bit? It does. It really does work, y'all. So we're going to talk about Sendoso later on, but make sure you're tagging Lyndsay and Sendoso today to be entered to win. And then a few other things. We have Miss Michelle Craig coming on. We're going to do High Five Friday. So if you haven't seen the halftime segment of the show before, Michelle comes on and we celebrate people in your LinkedIn community doing amazing things. So we're going to shout them out live. We're going to tag them. We're going to talk about them, all the amazing things. And you can enter to have a high five on the show, have a shout out, anybody you want. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about the accountability group. The accountability group is a free group that I run if you want to start posting on LinkedIn, but you don't know what to say and you don't know who would listen. The accountability group will help you and teach you all of those things. And Lyndsay and I are going to take a short break. We're going to drink some water and bring Miss Michelle on for High Five Friday. So stay tuned.
It's Michelle back with High Five Friday. This is a special part of the show where we high five your LinkedIn friends, shout out your coworkers, accomplishments, and come together to celebrate the amazing things that you've accomplished over the week or month. Visit this link to submit your high fives for a chance to be featured live on the show.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. I am so excited to be here and excited that my mom is tuning in from Maui, Hawaii to join us today. Well, she's not joining the show, but she's in the comments. So super stoked. We're going to jump right in. So Brandon Thorne wants to give a shout out to Tony. Tony is just an all-around solid human being who's always willing to help people the best he can. Tony and I work together and I'm always seeing him share helpful tips and best practices. We need more people like Tony in the workplace. And I think that's an amazing shout out. Great job, Tony. We need more of you. Lauren Sermon for Dale Z. Dale is doing networking right. Go follow Dale and his partner Adam at Revenue Reimagined today. And then last but not least, Miss Kendall Gallagher wants to give High Five Friday a shout out for being the best. Since this is a place where we celebrate wins, we're going to take that. We're going to receive that shout out and can't wait to see y'all next week. Cheers.
Thanks, Michelle. All right. Okay, so it is halfway through the show. Are you having fun? Are you still with us? Comment, let us know. Did you just get here? What's going on? Give a big shout out to Sendoso right there. Look, it always covers my face up because I'm like moving and I never know. But what's up, Sendoso in the house? And we're going to bring Lyndsay back. Woohoo! Woohoo! We're back. All right. Back to the black like my soul. Sorry. It is what it is. We have yes, no, my soul is black. It's black on the inside. Completely dark. There's no color, devoid of color.
Oh God.
All right. So we have more amazing topics to cover. We got a lot of people commenting during the high five segment. If you guys want to do your own high five shout out, let me just drop the link in the comments for everyone.
Recognize people. It's so fun.
Yeah, I'm going to try to open LinkedIn so that I can drop it in the comments and we'll see if I like break everything. We'll see. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm going to break everything? No. It's like typically like my MO. Just break the show. All right. So we're muted. At least I'm not going to like double there. All right. High Five Friday on the show. This is why I need somebody to like do this for me, but whatever. We make it work. Okay. Steve says Lyndsay's class on LinkedIn is great. Y'all enter to win. We've had 7 people enter to win this hour with Lyndsay. And if Steve says it, it's gotta be true. And yes, Dale, high five to you. I won a membership to a book club through Dale today on LinkedIn. So I was super excited. So give a little shout out for the Leslie Vanette's book club. Lyndsay, Sendoso, we got everybody tagging in the house. Great job. Oh, look, Michelle, your mom said great job, Tony. Thank you, everyone, for the amazing shout outs. Let's go. And then there's the form, y'all. It is in the comments. You can enter next week. We will feature you live. I love it. All right. Next topic. Are you ready?
You're ready. Let's do it.
All right, y'all. When Lyndsay gave me this topic, I was super, super intrigued to see what she was going to say. So we are going to talk about the worst management mistake.
And in hindsight, there's a few that are pretty bad. So I don't know if I'm gonna like say there's only one. I think there's a few. But the one I think I was thinking about when we were originally talking was this. When you are promoting someone, you need to ask the question, why do you want to be a leader? And especially in sales, because this is where I came from, oftentimes they take the top performers. They take the people that have crushed their numbers and they say, we want more of that. Let's make them a manager. But oftentimes those top performers only care about their own wallets. And when you put them in a position of leadership, they can really screw it up and they can really become toxic leaders. And often what happens is they want everyone to act and think just like them because that's all the training they've ever had. And so they don't really understand why you can't behave that way and perform that way. And everybody works a little differently. Everyone's sales approaches can be different. So they get frustrated with you. They start to micromanage. You hate your job. You quit. And the toxic cycle continues. So you really need to ask, why do you want to be a manager? A lot of people think the only way to advance their career is to become a manager. And it's really not the case. And I know for me, I had a top performer. She was getting $1 million commission checks. This woman was on fire. She was phenomenal. But she told me verbatim, Lyndsay, I hate people. I don't want to manage people. And I had my bosses that are like, we need to make her a leader. I'm like, hell no. So I said, no, we can have her teach a class. We can have her mentor people. We can have her coach people. We can give her opportunities for advancement within her own role, but she is exactly where we need her to be. And we need to celebrate her for that. Stop making her feel less than because she's been in that role for 8 to 10 years. She's a rock star. If I'm making $1 million commission checks, don't change a thing. I'm happy. So just really ask why and make sure that the right profile exists for the candidates that you're putting into the role, because they really do need those power skills. It's very important.
And typically, you shouldn't be moving your top performer, in my opinion, into leadership. Your top performer should stay your top performer. Number 2 or number 3 gets that leadership nod.
Yeah, well, and just think about it. You very often have performers who are very good sellers. And I had a woman on my team, another story. So she was fantastic. She was very suspicious of me when I first became her boss. And she was like, new sheriff in town. I'm not sure about her. I'm going to watch. And I watched her on Zoom calls and she was always, looking down, not on camera, doing these, very like, well, I'll bide my time and see how she does. And in a very short amount of time, she started sitting up. She started paying attention. She's coming all done. And I'm like, oh, this is good. I'm seeing a change. And then she starts reaching out to me specifically and said, hey, Lynn, there's a few new people on the team. Do you mind if I coach them? And I said, oh my gosh, you're a phenomenal seller. I would love that. Thank you. And let's get back together after you have, and let's see how it's going. So she started doing this. And then she calls me and she says, oh my gosh, we have this woman on our team. She has no idea what she's doing. I think both of us need to talk to her. And we did. And so we sat there with PJ and we said, PJ, what's going on? She's like, I got transferred here from marketing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm here. I don't understand my job. And I said, okay, so let's level set. This is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. These are the kinds of things you can say, and we've got your back. Do you know PJ became one of our top performers in 6 months? She had zeros for her forecast call, zeros. But again, we told her we had her back and she blossomed. But that woman that was sitting back like this before, I asked her, I said, has anyone ever asked you if you want to be a leader? Anybody asked you if you want to be a manager? She goes, Lyndsay, I would love to be a manager, but no one has ever asked me that. And I said, well, the first opportunity that I have to do that, I'm making you one of my managers. And I did. Oh my God, she was so good. One of the best I ever worked with. And I learned from her, but she was one of these people that was so coachable, was so eager. She saw where there were gaps. She saw how to fill them. She was a very strategic thinker, and no one gave her that opportunity. So again, coming back to character, coming back to potential, she had it in spades. I just needed to give her the space to do it.
And how often has nobody just asked the question? Just ask the question, or we assume that we know what people want. So we push people, like you said,
Yeah.
we push people kind of into these roles, but
Yeah.
ask the question. Ask. And I always tell people, if you don't feel like the answer is authentic, just ask again. It's a psychological thing, right? People aren't going to probably lie to you twice. Ask the same question again later.
And oh, by the way, I'm talking like everybody here is leaders, but guys, there's opportunities for you to lead whether you have HR direct reports or not. So if you have a team of people that you are working with, you have an opportunity to be a leader. If you like all those 55 people that I had on my team when I had the big giant quota, they didn't report to me. They reported to their own managers. I was the quarterback, so I was like their dotted line. So they didn't have to work for me. They didn't have to, but I made them want to be in my space. I gave them all this opportunity to help them crush their numbers. You have that opportunity too. And don't wait for someone to give it to you. Take it. It's yours.
Take it. That's really good advice, especially for any ladies on this call. If you are listening, especially if you're a woman in tech, such a male-dominated industry, you got to take your shot. You got to do it. Nobody's going to give it out for you. Nobody's looking at the handout like, here you go, just for you. No, babe, you got to take it. So love that. All right. Don't forget, tag Lyndsay so that you can win that hour LinkedIn optimization. Tag Sendoso to be entered to win the grand prize for the month for gifting.
So cool.
What?
It's such a cool giveaway. I love it.
It really is. I'm super excited. Yes, Dale, the Leslie Vanette's book club. Oh, Liz is in the book club. Liz, do you like the book club? Let me know. Love this. I do not like people, but I am good with them and I am good at managing. It's great to hear this. You don't have to like people to be a good leader either. Like, let's just be honest. It is a job. That's why you get paid.
Yeah.
Yes, biggest mistake is having the top sales performer move to management. Their superpowers are not that. Yes, Lisa gets it. Lisa's a great recruiter. Everybody go follow Lisa. She's coming on the show too. Yeah. I'm like so blessed to have so many amazing women coming on the show this year. Y'all, like,
good roster. It's awesome.
I can't believe it. Okay, so we are going to get into one more topic, but it's going to really cover the rest of the show. So we're going to talk about why building irresistible culture drives results. And this is the part where if you have a notebook, you need to take some notes. Lyndsay hits hard and heavy in this topic. So Lyndsay, take us away. Why building irresistible culture drives results?
Well, think about this for a second. So culture for most people is a feeling. It is, how do I feel when I'm in this organization? And so for that, some people think it's very hard to measure, but it's actually not. There's a lot of ways to measure culture. We have the obvious, attrition. We can look at our training programs. How long are people staying in roles after they've been in a training program? We have employee surveys. We've got management surveys. You can certainly poll the masses on your own. There's lots and lots of ways to measure it. But what you have to remember is when your culture is good and your people are feeling the love, not only are they loyal, but they're going to work twice as hard. And you've heard all these examples of what good leadership looks and feels like. When that happens, your people will do incredible things. I'll give you a couple more stories. So one of the things that I knew I needed to do as a leader, I had, it was truly like the island of misfit toys. I got a whole bunch of people from a bunch of different acquisitions and nobody cared what the other person was selling. Nobody cared what, like, I don't know what that product does. Don't even bother me with that. I don't sell that. And they really were like blinders on. I'm here to do my job. And I just knew this was not going to be helping us. So I basically created a storytelling program and I said, all right, you guys, everybody's going to need to build a story that you would tell to my retired school teacher mother about the product you sell. And we're going to share these stories on our calls. And I want you to perfect it. Like, this is going to be a cool way for you to relate to each other and we'll all learn what each other does. So the first story started and people are going, I didn't know it did that. That's so in keeping with what I said. This is cool. So all of a sudden the light bulbs are going off and they're like, wait, our client owns that? because that's a really good tie-in to what I do. Will you make an introduction for me? Yeah, I will. So now we've got some collaboration happening. We've got some inspiration. We've got innovation. We've got all these good things. Things are percolating, and people started looking forward to these stories. Well, we turned this storytelling program into an external call. So we started inviting our business partners. We started inviting our clients. And again, this was an opportunity for my team to shine. I let them tell the stories. This wasn't me telling the stories. And they were excited to do it. All of a sudden, we've got 500 people showing up to these calls. We've got people calling me saying, I'm so glad you're doing this. I didn't know what that product did, and now it's a cornerstone in my strategy. So we were changing a lot, and everybody felt it. But they felt it because they had the space to do this. And they could come to me and say, hey, listen, I have a new idea I want to try. Can we try this? And I was really open with ideas. And all the other teams that were like running parallel to mine are like, what the hell is Dowd doing over there? They're having so much fun. And she's doing different stuff. Like I've never seen these things before, but I called my team Mavericks and Hustlers. And I wanted them to have that bravado and have that, you know, I got swagger. I got stuff to share. And as a result, they were like so beyond loyal to me. I was getting calls like every week. Dowd, when can I join your team? How many openings do you have this year? Are you expanding? Are you growing? Like, when can I work for you? And it was because everybody knew the environment we had was safe. It was fun. And it was an opportunity for people to shine. And oh, by the way, anybody that ever said, hey, I want to go and interview for something else, I always said yes. Even if I didn't think they were ready, because I only wanted people on my team who really wanted to be there. And everybody that was on the team really loved it. They felt that. And you know what? I didn't start it. My boss started it. And so they had it 2 levels above them that they knew they were in this safe place that they could crush it. And you know what? Our entire team that reported to my boss, oh my God, I think we crushed it 18 quarters in a row, something like that. It was pretty incredible. Wow. But that is proof in the pudding of when you're doing it right, your people will die on the vine for you. They absolutely will. And we felt that way about our boss. And to this day, we're still super tight. Christmas cards, vacations together. It's awesome.
If somebody's watching today and they're like, Lyndsay, I really want to bring this type of irresistible culture to my team, what advice do you give them?
Hire me. That's easy. No, honestly, my whole mission in life is to transform leadership as we know it. And I do this, as you've heard, through stories. So I wrote my book and I do my podcast to teach what good leadership looks and feels like. And any opportunity I have to come on a great show like this, or on TV, or in an article to share what this is supposed to be like, I take it. So there's an enormous amount of resources coming from my corner of the world that you can have, but I would be happy to talk to you and talk about ways we can fix it. But I coach leadership teams, and that's, to me, the fastest way to change the fabric of the culture is when you can coach a whole C-suite. It's a trickle-down effect. That's why my book is called Top-Down Culture. You're modeling the behavior at the top, and it trickles down from there. So I'm not saying it only belongs to senior leadership. If you're the person at the water cooler bitching in the corner about how your manager sucks, you're part of the problem. Do something about it. It belongs to all of you.
You really are. Where's your book? Show it off again. Top-Down Culture. Where can people get a copy of your book?
Amazon. Or you can go to topdownculture.com and there's a free gift.
Ooh, we know we like a free gift. All right, make sure you're tagging Sendoso. We're going to actually get to the giveaways of the show in a little bit. Tag Lyndsay for your very own LinkedIn optimization hour, which really is needed. Some of y'all got dusty LinkedIns. Y'all need to, like, it's not just a resume holder. Let's talk about that. LinkedIn is not just a resume holder anymore. You are welcome. Lyndsay's going to help you.
It's a platform for expertise. Show that you've got some.
All right. So I would love it if you would talk to us a little bit. Tell me, and I'm sure you have a lot of stories, but tell me specifically, what is one moment, especially like when you were working with IBM, what's one moment that you were like, this is how it's done. And who was that person that
Yeah.
really stood out to you?
So that amazing boss that I was just talking about, her name's Adriana Robinson. The first time she promoted me, because she did it more than once. The first time she promoted me, she said, okay, I love what you do. How do you want to run this business? And I went, you want to know? What? You care? You think I have like something to add? And she's like, yeah, you know this better than I do. So yeah. And I just loved that she did that. And one thing I also learned from her, and this is advice for any manager who's taking on a role on a new team. First of all, nobody knows everything. You are coming in the new guy. So ask, what's working? What do you love? What do you want to fix? How can I be of help? When you come in that way, you are saying, I don't know everything. And that makes you vulnerable. It also means that you're open and people will trust you because you are listening and you're trying to implement change. But you want to acknowledge there are things that are working. We don't need to fix everything. And I will tell you that when you have an amazing manager and they leave and you have a new sheriff in town, everybody panics. Everybody is stressed. They don't know what it's going to be like. They don't know, can we trust this new leader? So take it upon yourself. Do your homework. Ask the questions. It makes you look good and you'll help yourself so much. She did that for us.
I love that. It's so important when you have those really, really amazing leaders who just make your career that much better.
She's the best. Still is.
Still is amazing. Okay. I'm so excited. This is my favorite part of the show, people. You guys know what time it is. If you watch the show, you know what time it is. It's time for the Fun Friday fact. Lyndsay told me her Fun Friday fact. I'm still, I have no idea. Tell the people.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see that little lump right there. That is Poppy Long Sausage. She is my mini long-haired dachshund. She's 7.5 pounds. So my fun fact of the day is, did you know dachshunds were bred for hunting badgers? And the actual word dachshund, dach stands for badger, hund is dog. So they were badger dogs. That's what they were bred for. But I don't think we're sending a 7.5 pounder in after a badger anytime soon.
I don't think I've ever even seen a badger.
I think they're really mean.
Are they?
Yeah.
You think your dog could take it?
No. She would probably no. That's a hard no.
Hard pass. She's gonna sleep on the couch behind you.
She'd want to be held. She's not going after the badger.
All right.
That's it.
Just a few minutes left, y'all. If you're going to tag Sendoso to win or tag Lyndsay for this hour LinkedIn optimization. I was looking at my LinkedIn the other day. This is so random, but I was looking at my LinkedIn the other day and I was like, oh, I haven't optimized my own LinkedIn in a while. And when you're a recruiter and you actually go back and you look at your own LinkedIn, you're like, oh, I give people a lot of advice and they look at when they must wonder why, because mine is not amazing.
I change mine all the time. I'm constantly updating it, constantly adding to it. And I think people need to remember that too. It's not set in stone. You can always add to it and change it. That's part of the fun because you're growing.
I should have entered to win.
It's on the house, honey. I got you.
On the house. Yay. We get another hour where we're going to go over my LinkedIn. Okay. We've had 12 people enter to win the Sendoso giveaway. Y'all remember, I'm going to give you my entire gifting budget this month. I don't know if Sendoso loves that I'm doing that, but we're doing it. It's going to be fun. Y'all, there's literally, I don't know. I know Liz is watching. Liz, if you win, you can get a bottle of Casamigos with your name engraved.
Oh, that's a gift.
Lyndsay's like, okay, can I enter?
Yeah, how do I enter?
There's some really awesome things. And the other really cool thing is that now Sendoso has partnered with Alice by Sendoso. So even more personalization. If you don't know the person you're trying to gift to, as long as you got their email, we're going to work it out. We're going to find something. We tested this in a group call. We used Elon Musk's email just to see what it would say that we should send him. all very techie gifts. It seemed very appropriate. So it does work. It is funny. I put my email in there. It definitely told me to send myself some wine, which was correct. So maybe one day we'll do Lyndsay's email live and see what it says to send to Lyndsay.
That'll be funny.
All right. We're going to present the giveaway really quick. Liz, I'm entered from last week, so I can't enter again. That is true. If you win for the drawing, you can't win twice because we're going to go in the drawing at the end of the month, but Liz is already entered. So let's do it. Are you ready? Share screen. All right. So we have had 8 people enter to win the hour with Lyndsay. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Who's it going to be? Boom, boom, boom. Liz, Andrew, Jess, Mark, Tom, Liz, Dale.
Hey!
Oh, Dale gets an hour with Lyndsay. What's up, Dale? I won something today from Dale, and now Dale won something today from the show.
It's karma. I love that.
That's so cool. Okay, next one for Sendoso. So remember, y'all, for Sendoso, we're going to draw 2 names now, and they will be entered to win the grand prize at the end of the month. Who is it going to be? Deb, Andrew, Melissa, Michelle. Andrew!
Hey!
Andrew is entered to win. Let's draw one more time. We're going to have 2 people that we're going to pick today. Maybe Melissa Foster, maybe Tom, maybe Deb, Jamie, Deb. What's up, Deb? So, Deb, make sure that we are connected, and I will get you and Andrew both entered into the grand prize drawing at the end of the month. I'm so excited. All right, Lyndsay.
Yes.
We're almost to the end of our time, but I always like to just give you the floor. What if you had to leave everybody with one thing this Friday afternoon to take into the weekend? We've been talking about leadership. We've been talking about micromanagement. If you are watching today and you want to be a better leader, Lyndsay's going to leave you with this.
Yeah. I just want you to lead with your heart. Heart-centered leaders are the ones that always are remembered. They're the ones that are the best. And never forget, trust is your currency. And when you're trying to build that trust, it will serve you well. Lift others up and spread the good every chance you get. Be known as a generous leader. That will always serve you well. And if you're not a people leader, you can still be a generous leader. You can always call people out, send messages to their managers, tell them that they're doing good work, call people out for the good and give them their flowers. It is such a good way to be human. It is a good way to work, and it is a good way to lead.
I love it. There you go. That's how you lead. That's how you lead with intention, lead from the heart. You got it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Lyndsay. It's been fun.
My pleasure. This is fun.
All right, guys. Next week, I don't even know who we have joining us, but we have more amazing women coming on next week. Tune in every Friday, noon Pacific. It's so weird to be in a different time zone. 3 p.m. Eastern. If you didn't like the show, don't come back. Bye.